Well, I got this Manticore out here. For those of you that didn't see my previous video, I've got this upper ferrous limits on this machine customized. Okay. Now, you can vary this a little bit. You experiment and run your machine any way you want to. I've got it open up there 68 to 82 up there. Goes all the way to the top. Alright. Looking at this machine today in two high iron sights, I didn't see anything really going up in there. Okay. Now, this can help you, in my opinion. I'll give you a few demonstrations here, okay? This makes this thing a killer machine on low conductors. Okay, now, if you decide to do this, it's your choice. My recommendation is you need to go in. I use 5 region all tones. Maybe there's another way to do this. But over there, see how I've broke that tone at 68? From 68 and above, I've got max pitch. Okay? Now, what does that do? Well, if I come across that nail right there, you hear that? That's a low tone. If I come across this nail out like so with that go ring, you hear that high tone? Now, if I start 45 in this, gonna get into a position where you're gonna get some of both. So that might even increase your odds of not missing that go ring, depending on, you can come in on that dude from any angle. Okay? You can come in on it at any angle. A nickel down there by that nail. Now that's one nail. I've experimented with some nails. But you got a large range of detection. Even if I back this ring up a little, that's a tough detection scenario coming as such. You hear that machine? See where it's at in that meter. If you see something up in that meter, up in that slot right there, high chance it's a low conductor, lower conductor, coming down the barrel of a nail. Pretty good chance, okay? Let me turn this camera off. Okay, here's a different go ring with a diamond. That's a more modern looking nail, okay? They're out there too in sights, okay? So, coming right over that ring. Bingo, boys. You want to turn on it to get your ID. Hear that tone being low? Now, if I 45 degree this, hear that? So I can hit that ring right there from any angle with this machine. If that's a standalone in a park somewhere, now depth-wise, there is some 3D here. Size of nail will drive this, okay? You have to do your own experiment, okay? Okay, now I got the nail elevated. You see it there? What you're going to notice, okay, if you come over here and come across it, still get your detection, okay? So you're going to get some different tone there on the 45, and out here, what you're going to notice, the coil will have to be brought back a little more. And it's still reporting up there in that block. Because that nail's driving the, driving this. Okay, so yes, you can still detect that go ring below that nail in that situation right there, okay? But coil position is more critical. It's still reporting up there, see that? You see how long that piece of iron is there, boys? I'll pick this go ring up. Alright, so we're in the old Manticore bird dog. You hear that? That iron's reading 41. You see that gold ring right there? You hear that? That's tough right there, boys, with a lot of metal detectors. I can think of a few right quick, okay? You cross it, you get your low tone. More of a true ID on the target, okay? So if somebody has a swept that gold ring from more or less this way, it could still be out there, boys. Alright, boys, you could have you a gold ring out there like that. That's not a very big gold ring, boys, okay? You're running this bird dog setup in this machine. You hear that? You see where that thing's reporting up there? Turn on it. Still reporting up there. How about if I 45 it in between these nails? It's still reporting up there. That's a tough target for a lot of detectors, boys. Okay, that means that thing's got high odds of still laying around out there somewhere. Alright, boys, I'm going to sweep these nails in this configuration here with this detector, okay? You don't hear anything, right? See if I can do this here holding this camera. We're going to drop that ring right in there. You see that? Alright. See where that thing's reporting? Sort of a raggedy signal up there, a ball up in that block. See that? Pretty tough right there, boys, but it gets it, okay? It's a getting it. Ring ain't there no more, boys, and you don't hear no sound. See that nail there sticking up about 45 degrees, boys? I got a 47 in the window on that Manticore there, okay? See if I can do this again here. Let's slip that ring about right there. You see that? What do we get here? You see where that thing's trying to report? It's reporting up there at those sharpshooter's block. You see that? That's a tough ring to detect, boys. You knowing what you know, you see that right there happening. See, it's hitting it both ways there. When I move that coal, hear that signal? It's hitting the ring traditionally, and it's hitting the ring with bird dog. Hear that signal? That's why I like it like that. That would instantly probably tell me, uh-oh, challenge target. Not to mention the fact that tone, that high tone is alerting me to my bird dog zone. When I hear that, it's put the brakes on. Okay? You see that tent blind stake there, boys? You see that diamond ring down there? You see where that machine's reporting? What do we get when we remove that diamond ring, boys? You hear that? Do you know how many detectors would hit that gold ring sweeping like that right there? I don't know. I don't believe you'll find a single frequency machine anywhere that'll hit that dude, okay? So again, that could be out there. Naturally, we can sweep across as such. We'll get our low tone with a more accurate ID generally. Now, when that machine reports in that sharpshooter's bird dog block. You see it right there. When you see a target reporting in there, you turn on that target and you get a high tone, odds are that's not going to be a BB size target, okay? It's probably not going to be an Indian head penny either. I don't think an Indian head here quite cuts the mustard with. Now you might lower that window in there a little bit, but you know, you do that at your own risk. It's not going to be real small fall, boys and girls. Okay? Gold rings, square tabs, pull rings. It ain't going to be no quarter. It ain't going to be no dime. But it ain't going to be a little small piece of shit, okay? So when that machine does that, you know, that's, you know, odds are that's a better worthy target. Think about that. If it does that, okay, if it goes up in there, it's going to be something sizable, and it's going to be lower conductor. It don't have to be real, it ain't real low conductor. Foil, no, foil's not going to probably, it won't work. Okay? So what about depth on something like that coming as such? Well, you do your own experiments. I've done a few, and the depth's not shabby, boys and girls. Now, that's if they're on the same plane like that. Well, you could have a ring and a nail down in the ground on the same plane. Not every good find's got a nail above it or even above it and off to the side. Okay? Like I said, there's a lot of detectors. Well, I guess I could show you here. There's 40 kilohertz single frequency, boys. I don't know what that machine's doing. It's locked up over here. Locked up. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. Push the ring on up there a little farther. I ain't got shit in single frequency. Hear that? Listen. Alright. Multi-IQ Plus. You hear that? Look at that where she's at, boys. Okay. Well, people running JS1s and JS2s traditionally, and they come across that shit right there. It's good night Irene for them, okay? You can be right behind them with this thing right here, boys, and bust out that gold ring right there. I'm going to guesstimate you can hit that ring, and in this ground around here, it's over 6 inches, okay? But you do your own test. Sharpshooter's just showing you this. I'm not telling anybody to use it. I think it's a damn good idea, though. A sports field, you wouldn't catch me running this machine any other way, boys and girls. A sharpshooter bird dog Manticore setup. Okay? You know, I was in that 2 sites today looking at this machine. There wasn't nothing, all that iron in them sides. I didn't see anything riding up in there, you know, making this a burdensome outfit to use. Okay? I suspected as much. I did some tests out here in this. Okay? Piling up nails. Looking at big, larger, you know, iron implements. Some of that flat iron and all that shit in that box right there. Alright? So yeah, for lower conductors, the gold ring range, nickels, some of your lower conductive coins, this is dynamite. Because that nail right there, coming across it as such, is a challenge. It kills most metal detectors. Okay? Shuts them down, boys. But it don't shut down the mighty Manticore. Alright? I try to help people all I can. I give advice, suggestions, or show you this detector's possible capabilities to help you. You pay big money for this machine. Well, guess what? That's big performance right there, folks. Because you keep cruising around with this machine in parks and sports fields, it's probably going to pay off for you. Alright? Probably going to pay off for you. Now, what about the beach hunters? Dry sand beach? Sharpshooter wouldn't run this machine, but just like that. All-terrain low conductor. Now, saltwater beach hunters, hey. You do what you want, folks. Now, if you do try this in the salt water, you need to do some experiments because you're going to need to lower where you open your window up. You can't wait till 68 to open it. You're going to have to open that window up a little sooner. Okay? That's just a fact, but do your own experiments. You can do on top of the ground experiments with it, okay? And then take it to the salt beach and take you a few nails and bury them and put you a gold ring down there and see what it does. Okay, some of these beaches have iron on them. I've heard one guy up there in Virginia said he's got some. Well, be out there slipping around in a foot of water with this thing, boys, in the wintertime. You might snag something. Nobody else, some people get around iron on the beach. Maybe they don't even hunt it. I don't know, boys. I don't know shit about saltwater beach hunting. I got an idea about it, though. Well, that's going to conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the mighty Manticore made by Mind Lab.